Hey guys, welcome to Skin Basics. I'm Jalik, and in today's video, I'll be testing out the Ordinary Mineral Sunscreen SPF30. This is going to be part of a series that I will be doing on this channel. It's going to be called Sunscreen Sunday, where I will test out a new sunscreen every single Sunday of every single week of the entire year. So I hope you're excited about this series. I am. Let me know down in the comments which sunscreens you'd like me to review, and without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. Hi again. Excuse my coffee and my Christmas mug, but it's really early in the morning here and I haven't had a chance to have my coffee. Typically, I would apply my sunscreen first thing in the morning, right after my shower. But for the sake of this video, I didn't. And I am really excited to actually get my hands on this sunscreen because I tried many times in the past and it seemed to always be out of stock. And I finally found it in stock on cultbeauty. cultbeauty, yes, cultbeauty, and I picked it up. So this is the packaging. They do have another version of this that's SPF 15. It's just too low for me, and it should be also for you. You definitely need a lot more sun protection than SPF 15. This one is SPF 30. It's not as high as I like it to be. I like my sunscreen to be SPF 50. However, on gloomy days or days where I know I'm not going to go out, if this has a good formula, I don't mind wearing it at all. It comes in this tube right here. It's got 50 ml. It's 100% mineral sunscreen. It also says that mineral UV filters, SPF 30 with antioxidants. It's a broad spectrum because it's mineral, of course. So UVA and UVB protection. And yeah, that's about it. This retails for around $10, which is very affordable. I am really hoping that I will end up liking this formula because I personally prefer mineral sunscreen over chemical sunscreens. That's just my personal preference because in the past I did try a few chemical sunscreens that ended up burning my eyes like crazy, and I couldn't tolerate wearing them throughout the entire day. And since then I kind of put the brakes on mineral sunscreens, on chemical sunscreens, and I decided to only opt for mineral ones. That doesn't mean that I won't in the future try chemical sunscreen, but I will definitely be very picky with the ones I choose. So today's review is going to be actually part of a series that I'm starting on this channel. It's going to be called Sunscreen Sundays, where I will review a new sunscreen every single Sunday of every week of for the entire year. And I will also be doing mineral and chemical just to be able to cater to a wider audience. And I do know that people maybe with a deeper skin tone do prefer a chemical sunscreen, and I totally get that. I hope you will enjoy this series. If you do, let me know in the comments below. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it on, test it out, give you my initial thoughts, how it feels on the skin, the white cast, and let you guys, of course, see that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to put on my foundation, my concealer. Of course, I will use only ones that I use all the time, so I can tell you how it sits on top of the sunscreen if the sunscreen ends up making it looking weird, or because I personally don't mind a mineral sunscreen like this, even if it has a little bit of a white cast, if I'm going to wear foundation on top. What I do mind is when it's so thick and heavy that it actually alters my foundation. So I will be testing this out today. Also, I will check out with you twice, at noon and at 6 p.m. to let you know how it behaved with my foundation, and if it made my makeup wear time a lot shorter than it usually is. If this sounds interesting to you, hit the like button and let's go ahead and apply this guy on my face. This is it right here. Oh my god, it actually looks and feels very heavy. It smells like typical sunscreen. Oh my god, I have a feeling this is going to have a very strong white cast. I'm hoping it won't, but yeah, it definitely has a strong white cast and almost like the purplish undertone. And it does feel heavy, which, yeah, you can tell. I think you can kind of see on camera the purplish undertone I'm talking about. Don't forget your upper lip. One thing that I like about sunscreens that do have a color that's left behind, whether it's white cast or tinted or whatever, it kind of gives you an idea of skip areas where you skipped. Like, I don't know if you guys can see, but I can see some parts in here that don't have sunscreen on. And this way I know that I need to apply a little bit more. And this way also I make sure I don't skip any parts of my face. Okay, I definitely do need a little bit extra around here and on my upper lid. I like to put a lot in the area around my eyes because I don't know if you guys can see on camera, but I suffer from a lot of wrinkles and hollowness under my eyes. Also, I suffer from, I have started to notice, I'm not sure if it's melasma, but 2 small dots, and I have a strong feeling it is melasma, and I want to make sure I have that under control. I'm really happy that it didn't sting my eyes at all. I have extremely sensitive eyes. So I did surgery in the past, and since then my eyes have been extremely sensitive to the sun or any chemical. Alright, so I'm gonna give you guys a close-up. It actually looks quite good. I don't want to say it feels heavy. It did feel heavy at the beginning when I was first applying it, but now it feels a lot lighter. It's definitely tacky for sure. I can definitely feel the tackiness. I feel like the white cast has dimmed down. Or that could be just me. I don't know, but yeah, I do feel that the white cast has dimmed down a little bit. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give this 20 minutes to set. That's typically what I do with any sunscreen before I put on my makeup. So this will give it time to kind of mattify and blend into my skin so that I can avoid disrupting the film that the sunscreen has created on my skin. I'll see you guys in 20 minutes. Alright, so it's been a little bit over 20 minutes. I went and had a look at my face using a different mirror in a different room with more natural lighting. And I want to say that I can still definitely see the white cast. So if you don't like white cast at all, maybe this one is a skip. However, one good thing, it's still tacky, but it's not uncomfortable. So I definitely feel it on my skin, but it's not uncomfortable at all. and it didn't cling onto dry patches around my eyes or specifically under my eyes. That usually happens when I use mineral sunscreens, but this one didn't, so it actually doesn't feel that bad. When I first put it on, I kind of was disappointed because it did feel very heavy. However, now I kind of like it. It's not that bad. And I definitely wouldn't be wearing this on its own. Let's hope I can wear it under makeup. I'm going to apply this foundation right here, which is the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Finish Liquid Foundation. I use this foundation quite a lot, so I know how it behaves on my skin. I quite like it, but I was thinking that I should use a sponge rather than a brush because I don't want to swirl and kind of push the SPF around. Let's go ahead and do that. Typically, I apply only one pump of this because it is very high coverage, so I don't need more than one pump. It's going on really nicely. Okay. I don't feel like it's going on any differently from how it does usually, so let me have a closer look. I feel like I'm having a little bit of a hard time letting the foundation stick to my nose area, which usually doesn't happen with this foundation. But overall, my skin doesn't look cakey at all. Wow. I'm pleasantly surprised. I'll go ahead and blend the rest of my face and I'll be right back. Okay, now I've got all the foundation on my skin. I do want to share something with you guys. I don't know if it's going to pick up on camera, but on my nose, I have like those white polka dots, which is something that does tend to happen a lot with mineral sunscreens. But yeah, it's happening just slightly, a little bit here, and a little bit on here on my forehead. I feel like it's looking a little cakey, which again, this foundation doesn't do that on me at all. I'm gonna go ahead and apply the concealer. I'm using the Liquid Camouflage by Catrice. I've used this a million times already, so I know what it looks like on my skin. Okay, it's not blending in a strange way or anything like that. That's not looking bad at all. I'm impressed. I actually thought it was going to look quite cakey because I do have fine lines under my eyes, but it's looking good. So I'm liking the way this is looking around my eyes. It doesn't look cakey, it looks nice. The coverage is almost the same as always. And I do want to note one thing. I do feel like the white cast has disappeared. It's not peeking through the foundation nor through the concealer, so I'm happy about that. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off my makeup off camera, and I will be right back. So I'm back. I finished my makeup, and honestly, I want to say that it looks quite good. I don't know if you guys can see anything. Just a little bit cakey around my nose, which I have already mentioned. But in general, I don't know, what do you guys think? To me, it looks nice. It didn't disrupt the way the foundation sits on my face, which is very important to me. And I have a feeling it's going to last for a while. So it's currently, right now, it is 7 in the morning. I have a long day. I will check back with you guys at around 12 noon and then again at 6 p.m. to tell you my final thoughts. Alright guys, so I'm here, I'm back. It's currently 12:15. I want to show you how the foundation looks right now. Of course, my lipstick has smudged, but my makeup generally has survived. It looks a little bit more cakey than when I first did it, but it's not bad. It's okay. But I want to note two things. I don't know if you can see. I have a little bit of foundation settling into my smile lines. Not much on this side, but mainly on this side. This part here around my nose doesn't look worse than it did at the beginning. It actually looks almost the same, but my polka dots, white polka dots on the tip of my nose are back. And I did notice that, I don't know, I think it's picking up on camera. Like there's this big patch right here. This big patch here doesn't have any foundation on it. I don't know if I rubbed my nose or what I did exactly. Honestly, I can blend it out and it will look okay. But it's something to note. So the polka dots that I thought disappeared at the beginning, now they're back. Actually, that's it. My forehead looks okay. It doesn't look more cakey or drier than it initially did. And I want to say it's holding up quite well, except for these two issues right here. Alright, so I'll see you guys again in 6 hours. Alright, you guys, it's been almost 11 hours since I've had the sunscreen on with the makeup, and I do want to say that I had to leave the house, so I was wearing a mask, and it's a little bit warmer today outside, so of course the foundation, sunscreen, everything had to move around. And as you can see, the area around my mouth barely has anything on it. It almost looks like I've got no foundation here. It has completely rubbed off. Also, my lipstick has completely rubbed off. I just finished eating. This pimple is not from the sunscreen. I noticed it yesterday, so it didn't break me out, if that's what you were thinking. How does it look? The area around my nose doesn't look great, and I did notice that where my pores are, I started to get the white polka dots around here and here as well. But that's towards, I would say, the 8-hour mark. Other than that, on my forehead, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look that bad, but I do want to say that the foundation broke apart a little bit quicker than usual, because usually I can wear this foundation for the entire day and it wouldn't break apart. It wouldn't move, it just stays in place really well. It's such a long wearing foundation. I would say yes, the sunscreen did make the wear time of my foundation shorter, but didn't make it very short. If I were to wear this again under foundation, I would make sure that I wouldn't wear it for more than 8 hours. Because it's not bad. So if I were to give it a mark, I would say this would get a 7 out of 10. Just because it broke apart in this area. Also from the beginning, it didn't sit well in this part of my face. But other than that, honestly, I am impressed. And you guys, for the price, it's really, really good. I'm so happy I ended up trying it, because I did see other reviews where people gave it a really negative review. In my opinion, it's not bad. It's actually quite good, especially when you consider the price and the fact that it's not tinted. because usually tinted sunscreens tend to look, mineral sunscreens tend to look a little bit better, but this one, I really like it. I don't know, what do you guys think? I think this part and above looks fine. Like the area around my eyes and my forehead still look almost the same as when I first put it on. And the creasing that happened here earlier, I was able to blend it out, and honestly, it didn't happen again. But that could be due to the fact that I wore a mask, and you know, things got rubbed off on the mask itself. And that's it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope it's helped you make up your mind whether you want to buy it or not. And if it did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!